for clicking on this video. Right now, I'm Dolo in the chat and in the crib. Just setting everything up. I was scrambling to get this started because 7 o'clock is usually as late as I could get this going without cutting it in my bedtime. You already know. 39, you gotta go to bed at a certain time if you're trying to wake up early, which I'll definitely always be trying to do. But let me just get my tripod set up and we can start the party. Yeah, I was scrambling to get everything because I had some ideas that I wanted to execute, and we got them. So some of the ideas that I wanted to execute today are: number one, good news. I got plenty of good news stored up for everybody. Oh, shout out to the first person in here, and they hit the thumbs up right away. Thank you very much. So we got good news for you. We got some casual Japanese phrases that I want to teach y'all teach you, because it's just you and I right now. Over the next hour. And the third thing was originally going to be comments that I had took from other videos to kind of like go into the T Money. What's up? I wanted to go into the reasoning or like the thinking behind certain people's comments, but I didn't get to that. So if we do a third thing today, it might be like exercises or something, like push-ups or something. I don't know. Something like that. You know. It's going to be fun, though. It's going to be entertaining. What's up, T-Money? You ain't got work today? You always working, girl. You probably went to work already. Or you on your way. There we go. Bring it on down. Bring it on down. What you mean? So I'm gonna just read your comment because when this gets posted, nobody's gonna be able to see it. T Money, my girl Tiffany Rodriguez said, "Life is crumbling. I needed this more than anything right now." Is it just because you got that bump on your head? My girl Tiffany was running in the dark and bumped her head. Now she got a knot on her head, and now she's in the comments talk about life is crumbling. Oh, you trying to quit? Okay, facts, yo. Tell me what happened. Tell me what happened, man. Let's talk about it because I'm right here with you, girl. I'm right here with you. I did my second shift at this new job yesterday. It did not go well. It did not go well at all. I mean, it went well for the whole thing up until the very end. And my manager tried to play me, and I was like, I ain't no hoe. You ain't about to hold me out. I am not about to do that, shorty. But tell me what happened, Tiff. If you wanna, if you don't, just say I don't want to talk about it, and we can talk about it later in like the DMs or something. You already know. Sorry, I'm shaking it, trying to get my tripod together. What happened? You know I'm gonna make jokes until we get serious, but your manager saw the knot on your head and was like, "Bro, you can't be showing up to work like that. What happened?" Yo, and true story, I know you see it, but I did not see your knot. I saw a little bit. But it didn't look bad at all. It just looked like, your head is shaped like that. It didn't look bad at all, girl. I bet. We talk about it later, and if you don't want to talk about it at all, that's cool too. But just know that I'm rooting for you. I hope you've been there for longer than 6 to 8 months. Just keep going till they let you go, girl. You know what I mean? Call out, use your PTO, do everything you gotta do. Hit them for the unemployment. You already know. I used to milk the unemployment, fam. I used to milk the unemployment for the whole year, 2 years, whatever. When I worked for ACMG, I was tight, and I didn't feel no type of way about it. Crazy. I put in work for those people, and this is the way I think about it. In a way, I don't even feel bad about what transpired at my job yesterday. The company that I work for cannot afford me. And I guarantee you, Tiff, the company that you work for cannot afford you. they think that they doing us a favor in some weird ass type of way where they pay you, you know what I mean? They pay you your wage or your salary or whatever the case. Time, an hour of time is not worth that. Or it's worth way more than that. Way more. And that's what I mean, they can't afford you. So yesterday when I went through my little thing, I was very confident, centered, held my boundary, and I said, no. I'm clocking out. I'm going the fuck home. We ain't about to do this whole shit. But that's funny how you and I had like the same experience yesterday. I'm gonna tell you my story. So yesterday, the whole shift was amazing. I was working the front of the establishment. So I wasn't in the back doing things that are unseen. I was in the front working with like the people, the public coming in. And I haven't done that in a minute. So, I was being impersonable. I was smiling, trying to cheer people up, hitting them with the, just the good greetings, the good energy. And people was like literally feeding off of that. And I saw that. So that made me like, yo, all you got to do is be nice to people and, smile, look them in their eye, and give them a sense right off the jump that you really there to help them. So the whole day go by. Towards the end of the day, it's like 9:50 p.m., right? Now, I'm a manager here at this place that I work, but I'm training. It's my second day. I don't know how to do everything. And there's a person who's supposed to be training me. And if y'all watch my vlog from, I don't know, a few months ago when I worked at that processing facility, you already know I don't do good with poor leadership. I don't like that. And it brings me back to what I was saying. They can't afford me. Y'all not doing me no favors by hiring me. You know what I'm saying? So I could always do better. So 9:50 come around and I'm noticing that the person who's supposed to be training me, she got on her phone and she key for a whole hour. She ain't do nothing. She was sitting down, didn't do nothing. And me, I'm looking at where we work and I'm like, yo, there's a lot of shit that I would do if I was really the manager of this store, which I am, but I'm in training, so I gotta act like I'm a little, I gotta pay my dues. I was like, I would have been fired this girl, number one. Number two, all of this shit would have been done, or at least started to get done, so we could get out of here when the doors close and everything lock up. We good. We could just leave as soon as the shift is over. So I'm starting to put two and two together. I'm like, yo, shorty's straight up stealing time. Because she's probably been there for a good amount of time. So her pay per hour is probably nice. And every time she goes overtime, she get overtime. She get time and a half. So I'm starting to peep game. And in my mind, I'm not even being negative. I'm being cheery. I'm being joyful. I'm not trying to be friends or nothing like that. But at the same time, I'm not allowing myself to develop an attitude because she's keying on the phone. All I know is I'm going to keep working. They got dozens of cameras. They got a camera in every corner, every 3 feet. So I'm like, yo, if the people who run this shit really care, they see what's going on, but they probably don't care. And that's why this shit looks like this. Anyway. So I'm doing my due diligence, right? Like I'm not even waiting for her to give me task to do. I'm doing shit that I see that needs to be done. I'm helping her do the shit that I feel like she should be doing. I'm cleaning shit that ain't been touched in months, maybe years. Like, I'm like, this shit is mad icky in this store. But I'm going to clean it because I'm on the clock. I got another hour to go. I'll get off at 11, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Staying busy because that should make the time go faster. Like when you just standing around, the time go by, mine slow. So, long story short, I mean, I already extended the story, but I'm doing shit that I feel like she should be doing. So I go take the garbage out, boom. Sweep the floor, boom. Come back in, it's 11:14. I'm scheduled to get off at 11:15. I come in, I notice she's off the phone now. She just got off the phone. Now she want to get serious because we about to clock out. She gonna look at me and tell me, put some water in the mop bucket and mop the floor. Didn't even ask. Very you know, very short. Like the energy that I was getting from her, I did not like it. Maybe if she would have asked me, I would have responded positively. But when she said that, you know what I said? I said, "Oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm clocking out." It was easy and clear and concise as that. There was no hesitation. As soon as she looked at the mop thing, I looked at it with her and I was like, "Oh no, nope, we're not doing that." So I go over to the clock out station. I couldn't figure out how to clock out because she didn't teach me how to do that. Yeah, so I'm just standing there like, I don't even want to talk to this broad. But yeah, it kind of, the energy was kind of tense in there. So all that to say, I wake up this morning I'm in like the manager chat on WhatsApp, and one of the other managers is like, "Matt, I know you were scheduled to get off at 11:15, but there's some other protocols and procedures that you need to learn so you can close out the store." Da, 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 da. And I was like, "Yo, thank you for bringing that up. That's all fine and dandy. I would have definitely stayed until 11:30 if that was communicated way beforehand. You're not about to tell me the second I'm about to leave that we gotta stay. That's not leadership. Furthermore, what y'all need to do, instead of trying to tell me what I should and need to do, is make sure that the people you put in charge of training new hires are good examples of leadership. Because if that's your example of leadership, I could see why y'all can't keep nobody on the payroll. And he agreed. And he said, "Yo, good luck. You got another week of training." I said, "All right." And that's that. So that's my story. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Let me get to the comments and all of that. Shout out to all 16 people in the chat right now. I'd appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up. That would be really nice of you. Let me see what's up. All right. Always Joy. What's up, girl? I just got home and my LO wants to play, so I'll be in the background. Happy for everyone to be connected. And that's what's up. I don't know what LO is. I know what an SO is. That's a significant other. Your pleasure. Thank you for dropping by. We'll always appreciate you. I see that you caught it. You caught it today. Ooh, my shoulder is tight. Kevin, what's up? He said, "No offense, but shorty tripping." She was definitely tripping. And yeah, I was not trying to offend her, but I was definitely... And it felt so good because I was like, yo, 20-year-old Matt is still kind of... Even though I've been working since I was 14, 20-year-old Matt would have definitely fell in line with that. 39-year-old Matt is like, "Oh, no." No. And I'm like, yo, that's one positive thing about getting old is you just don't have time. You definitely have clear boundaries that you're not about to let nobody step on. Yeah, T-Money, yo. The work ethic is always there. Like, homie hit me up this morning, like, as if I wasn't trying to work and I was just trying to go home. It was not that. Like, I told him I would have stayed here till 11:30 if the shit was communicated. But what you're not about to do is, while I'm about to walk out the door, tell me that there's more shit to do and that it's my job to do it. Because it ain't. I guarantee you, if Shorty wasn't on the phone for the past hour, stealing time, we could have been out there at 11:01. Mind you, the store is scheduled to close at 10. Why are we still open at 11? I don't know. It is what it is. Yes, happy. What's good? Communication is key. Oh, little one. There we go. Okay, the little one. Yeah, little one was like, "Yo, it's time to let's do what we gotta do." I hear you. I actually might get a call from Aura before this live is scheduled to be over. I try to do the lives for like an hour, you already know, but we were talking on the phone earlier and she got her feelings about she didn't want noodles and mom was cooking her noodles and she was like, "No, I don't want that." And then one thing about Aura is like once she get upset about something, she will snowball on your ass unless you have a solution ready to go. She's snowballing on you. And that's what she did. She got real upset and then she was like, I don't even want to talk no more. And I was like, all right. Sucks for me, but I hear you. But she was like, "Can I call you later?" I was like, "Sure, baby." So she might call while we having a conversation. Y'all already know priority. So, but I appreciate all 15 people that's in here right now, all 17 people. Please hit that thumbs up to help the channel and keep it getting recommended to people who are in the YouTube sphere. Somebody happy said, oh, where did it go? Always Joy 777 said, this is a timely conversation. I'm dealing with a serious issue at work with my boss, lawsuit level. Yo, I'm right there. Yo, like, I don't, nothing happened illegally yesterday, but definitely violations, code violations were happening. And I ain't no bitch ass snitch, but clearly Shorty threw me under the bus to the other managers, so I had no problem telling them that she was stealing time. It is what it is. And I don't care. But Always Joy, if you wanna elaborate, all the comments and stuff disappear after the video is posted, so nobody will see it. They'll hear me talking about it. But if you want to talk about it, the space is yours. The floor is yours, my love. Let us know what's going on. A lot of smart people are in the chat as well. So if I can't offer you anything, I'm sure somebody like Happy could give you something. And yeah, we can keep going. Your Pleasure is in here too. I'm sure she's got a lot of knowledge. Sibs Lawrence, I ain't say what's up. Thank you for dropping by. Real Estate with Kerry, thank you for dropping by. Appreciate you. Shout out to all the real estate agents in the world. That is not an easy job whatsoever. I used to do it, and fam, it was tough, especially in Manhattan. Especially when you ain't got bread. Like when you're a real estate agent and you got bread, it's easier. But when you struggling to pay bills and put food on the table and you a real estate agent and you only live off of commission, bro, it's hard. So shout out to all the real estate agents in the world. Especially the ones who getting on their feet. Yeah, Happy said you should definitely make sure you know exactly what is expected of you. Ask questions to clarify. That way there is no confusions. I'm so right on the same page with you, girl, because as a manager who's managed and like brought on new hires and taught them the ropes, showed them the ropes, if I'm not there with you, standing right next to you, pretty much the whole shift, shadowing you, making sure everything that you do is true and exact, right and correct, I will tell you, yo, right now it's 10 o'clock. This is what you do for the next hour. And if you have any questions, I'll be right over there. Come get me. That is leadership. What I was experiencing yesterday was working in the front. And, I'm a quick learner. So she showed me how to do the register and all of that. I'm doing the register, blah, blah, blah. It's easy. But there's not always somebody in the store. So if there's not something that I can see that I need to do, I'll go to her and I like stand next to her. I'll ask her, like, is there anything you want me to do? 9 times out of 10 that I looked at her yesterday, she looked at me like she had an attitude with the fact that I was standing right next to her or asking her any type of a question. That shit fucks with me because don't make me feel anxious. I'm not an anxious person. Just don't give me that treatment. Like, so when I was getting that treatment, I was like, all right, I see what type of time it is. And still at the same time, being cheerful, being joyful, and enjoying the time that I had there without feeling a way about it. But it's just, we should not make things that hard. We should, I like the family vibe when I go workplaces. Like, it's family. Like, if you're a new hire, to me, you're a brand newborn baby, God. So, yeah, I guess since that's the treatment that I give people, that's the treatment that I was expecting, and it was not like that. Summer Secret said, I manifested this live stream. I was like, I hope No School's live today. Boom, here you are watching the playback first, though. Oh, okay, so you probably started from the beginning, and so you might be a little bit, but I didn't even know you could do that. Y'all teach me something. Every time I go live, I learn more about how the intricacies of how this works. Because I still don't really know how super chats work and all of that stuff. But, oh yeah, that said, if you didn't know, if you weren't here in the very beginning of when I started this video, I have good news, and I have casual Japanese phrases to teach y'all when y'all are ready. Um, I'll give y'all one for free, but what I would like to happen is like, again, I don't really know how the super chats work, but if you show any type of consideration, which what I mean like donate or like spend $1 or something, you can tell me because YouTube is gonna tell me that you put some money on the wood and tell me what you want. You could either ask for exercise tips or I will do exercise like perfect push-ups or something. Matter of fact, let's do this. Everybody who hits the thumbs up, since we have 11 right now, I'll do 11 push-ups on camera. So every thumbs up that I get by the half-hour mark, I will do a push-up for the thumbs up. That's a way to make it entertaining, right? If you show some consideration, like I said, I will give you, you can ask for good news or a casual Japanese phrase that I will teach you with no problem because I love Japanese and I want everybody to love their culture as well. What did I do with the phrases though? Yikes. I'll find them at some point. Oh, here they go. I was sitting on them. Yeah, my original idea was to put them in like coffee cups so you have them visually here and then you come in and like, yo, what are the coffee cups for? And then I explain it to you, but I'll explain it like every 5 minutes or something like that. But yeah, back to you, Summer Secrets. You got it, girl. Every even day, I try to do them from 12 to 3. Like that's how I would like to do it around like the breaking fast time of day. But I've been busy either working or helping my aunt move. So I can't get to this as of late recently until like the evening time. So that's why we doing it later today. But I kind of like the evening crowd. The evening crowd come through. It's always a bunch of people in here. And not to say that I don't like the middle of the day crowd, but y'all know what I'm saying. Like the evening crowd seems like it's pretty much similar to the middle of the day crowd, if not more people. Always Joy said, Aura, beautiful. The food aversion is rough and the snowball effect is real. Yo, for real. I actually picked up a book because like I said, I was helping my aunt move and she's slick. She always sends me to her library, to her bookshelves, and she's like, yeah, put the books away for me. Put them in like a tub or a bag. So, and then you separate them and, you decide which ones that I should keep or which ones I should go to Goodwill. And, I'm taking my picks too. So I picked up this book right here called Parenting. Ward and June don't live here anymore. It's practical parenting solutions for today's working families. And I picked this book up in hopes that it would teach me how to help Aura with her food aversion. Because if it ain't noodles, what else? If it ain't butter noodles, it's French fries. She might eat some rice. That's pretty much it. She used to love chicken nuggets. She don't deal with the chicken nuggets no more. So all I want her to do is eat some vegetables. She loves fruit. Fruit is no problem. Especially like certain fruit, like strawberries, raspberries. She likes red fruits. Blueberries she'll eat. She'll tear down a smoothie. But that's pretty much it. She's not eating nothing else. And I'm scared for her life and my life because if her health declines, I don't know what I'll short circuit right away. Yeah. Olivia, what up, cuz? I think that's my cousin Olivia. Jade is the same way. Headstrong little girls. It's a blessing and a challenge at the same time. Yeah, I don't. So what happened with me in my life was, I definitely remember very vividly sitting at the table for hours and not being allowed to move away from the table until I ate whatever was on my plate. And I hated that. I did not like that. And we don't practice that type of parenting, but I ate my vegetables. I ate all my food. I didn't want no smoke with the caretakers, whoever it was. So that kind of stuff is weird being a parent because it's like, yo, I don't want to put my kid under any like trauma, if that can be considered trauma. It's definitely not abuse, but I don't want to parent that way. I want to give her autonomy. I want her to be able to make her own choices. And I feel like that's the bigger lesson in helping her be a good human, a good adult, is like making sure she knows that her no is valid. Her no is honored. But at the same time, I need you to eat your vegetables, girl. She hasn't touched the vegetables. She'll eat like a string bean every now and then. Sweet peas every now and then. And it I gotta digress off of that because I'm gonna start snowballing myself about things that don't need to be said on the internet. Mystic Moon. I've been wrestling with living my life purpose and keeping my family intact. It's not easy. The floor is yours, girl. If you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. We could talk about life purpose or discovering life purpose if you have not done that yet, and keeping the family intact, because those are two things that I practice on a daily a daily basis. Happy Feet said, I used to be a leasing agent at an apartment complex and it had its pros and cons. So Happy Feet, you were the agent at the apartment complex that basically has to ask people to fill out the application fees. I feel for you. I feel for you because I never, I don't hold angst or any type of ill will for those people whatsoever because I know they're just doing their job. But I hated that part of moving into an apartment. The application fee is straight extortion to me because number one, it's non-refundable. And just because I applied doesn't mean that I'm going to get the apartment. So, and then when I was doing real estate in New York, oh my God, landlords would not even have apartments available, but they taking application fees. When I saw that, I was like, nah, son. Nah, man, there's got to be a better way. Like, there's got to be a law or something that's there to protect me. Like, if it's not a tax write-off in the lease, I can't do it. Happy Feet said, I can't stand when people have attitudes for no reason. They wake up in a bad mood. It's like, geez, who's shit in your cornflakes? Facts. Yo, because shorty I was working with yesterday had an attitude for no reason. And she caught an attitude with the wrong person, a customer. And they almost, I stepped to the side like this. I was like, get her, customer, get her. This bitch is doing the most for no reason. She came in late with crust in her eyes, so you know she just woke up. Hey, Miss Allen. Tiffany said, I'll see 12, don't cheat. KO, Japan has crazy ghost stories. Yeah, I believe it. It only makes sense because they come up with the craziest stories. Period. So there's some even in a lot of their anime, they talk about how Japan itself is special and its connection with the spiritual realm. And I believe it because I'm like, how did these mangakas come up with these amazing stories? Like they're so, and it's crazy because when you're a mangaka, oh my God, I'm about to go into a tangent. When you're a mangaka and you're doing an anime or you're writing a manga, it could be that you could have the dopest story ever, and it gets shut down by the magazine that you're trying to get it published in. And that happens all the time. I've read so many one-shot mangakas or manga that are, they go maybe 12, 16, 20 chapters, and all of a sudden the magazine shuts it off. And I'm like, yo, this was the illest story. What happened? So, something special about Japan when it comes to the spiritual realm, for sure. Angela, what it do? Peace to you and the whole fam. Happy Feet said, Aura is young and she'll grow out of the picky eating. Thank you. That's what I pray for every single day. Because I did too. Like, I did not like vegetables. I had to learn how to eat them first before they got cold. Because warm vegetables are way better than cold vegetables. But now in my adult years, I eat everything. I was enjoying okra. last night. Slimy okra. I was enjoying it when 15-year-old Matt I would have, if you put some okra on the table, I would have took a bat, bopped it. Incorporate veggies somehow with the regular food. Take veggies and cut them into shapes and faces. Maybe make a little game of it. I see. What can I say without spiraling into negativity land with that? I will say that I was working on that. And I digress. I gotta get back there, man. I gotta be back there. Like, another way of how do I say this without being negative? Daughters need their fathers. Let's just say that. There was some statistics, some video some reel that I watched on Instagram the other day where this woman was talking about how daughters need their fathers. Like, a father's presence in a daughter's life helps them pick good men when they're of age to pick, to be out there dating in the field, finding relationships. If the father isn't present, they make terrible choices. Also, their sense of security in their everyday life. When their father is present, they feel safe when they step out of their house. I didn't say it, I'm just paraphrasing what the reel was saying. I know that sounds like it kind of insinuates that daughters don't feel as safe with just their mothers. And I'm not trying to say that, but that's not what Shorty was saying in the reel. She was saying daughters feel safer when they know their dad is just a call away. And it kind of makes sense because she knows that daddy will solve any problem she ever has with anybody without being emotional about it. But that's what I mean. It's hard to talk about stuff like that, even though that's really what I love to talk about. I love to talk about my relationship with my girls. If you look at any of my vlogs, they're almost in every one, and that's even after I said I wasn't even going to try to like put them in the vlogs like that, because the YouTube is supposed to be about like you, me, our community, not so much like my daughters. But my daughters are a big part of my life, so they end up in a lot of my vlogs. All that to say, shout out to all 31 people in the chat right now. All 31 people. If y'all haven't already, hit the thumbs up for me. I really appreciate it. Let's get to the comments. Vibrant Liz, what's up? Hi y'all. As a kid, loved this cheesy veggie bake my grandma would make. The cheese made me tolerate veggies. Facts. Same thing with me. When I really started to enjoy vegetables, it was because my dad put cheese on the broccoli. I remember it so vividly. I was like, cheesy broccoli is slamming. Let's do this every night. And it may be because cheese is an opiate, which I'm saying like another thing that I always say. Happy Feet said, yep, fill out the application, ask for all documentation, show them the bedrooms, and act like this place is awesome when it has its flaws. I don't like that part. Yeah, same thing with me. When I was doing real estate, you definitely kind of try to stand in front of the flaws or like divert attention away from the flaw, or not mention the crazy ass neighbors who you're about to move in right next to. That's like when I get my next apartment, I definitely want to write my own type of a contract and have them sign it where it's basically like, yo, I'm giving this place 2 weeks. Within those 2 weeks, if my neighbors are too hard to deal with, you're either going to give me all my money back so I could go move somewhere else, or you're going to find me another apartment in this complex. That's me, because I've definitely had my share of crazy ass neighbors, and I'm not trying to do that anymore. A message got held for review. We're going to hide that because Kent Trinidad is estúpido. And somebody's moderating for me, so I appreciate you. It's so sad, man. Jay in disarray. What's sad, Jay? Surya Dharma. Remember me? We were friends in school and we... All right. Okay. So the weirdos are out in the comments. Maybe that's why I only have 13 thumbs ups and 34 people in the chat. Humans are gonna human. Am I right? Very true. Daughters need their fathers. Amen. Karen Crespo, 100%. Daughters need their fathers. They need the support. Yes, safe. Facts. Totally agree. So, how do I get you the fuck out of here? There we go. I think that was done. Again, too, like why, right? If I jump into a random person's live, which I don't do, YouTube doesn't even suggest live for me to jump into. But if I were to do that, first of all, I'm not talking shit about anybody, ever. Like that's if I felt away, I would just leave. It's really that easy. Y'all could leave. It's really that easy. But what I'm trying to say is, why is it in 2025 like, oh, you're gay, and then that makes you feel like you dissed somebody? Like, I have no problem with the with any side of the spectrum of sexuality. I don't think that you're less of a human. But that's just me. It's only right because I stand on business. I have integrity. I'm empathic, and whatever your sexuality is, I don't think it makes you any less of a person, or like it makes me feel superior to you because you're not heterosexual. That's weird as fuck. So, those people who just got booted, I pray for them. I pray for them. Maybe they're little kids. They might be little kids. Who knows? Because I remember when I was little, gay was like this weird thing we used to we used to say like all the time. But I'm not little. I'm a grown ass man. Tiff, sir, you relax. Who cares? Yeah, we're not even going to engage with these people. Oh man. Samantha, Chicago, what's up? Right? I think you in Chicago, right? Fresh out of my baby's curriculum night, joining from. Oh yeah, I didn't even read your comment, but you answered it for me. Fresh out of my baby's curriculum night. What's that? What's a baby's curriculum night? So you have a baby, a young one, I assume, and you're giving them curriculum already? Tell us more about that. Marilyn Clayton. Oh, what's up, Mrs. Clayton? Yes, that's essentially what I was saying about how fathers teach girls how to choose future partners, and I believe girls have higher expectations and they don't stay in bad relationships, right? Fathers are models for future partners. Unseen, what up? Yo, yo, yeah, as we used to say. Vibrant List, shout out to the safe and healthy male figures. Let's do it. Unseen, we don't really have nothing going right now, so I said I was gonna say this like every 5 minutes, but I've been rambling. So what I have for you all is good news. I have like 3 or 4 good news stories, and I have some casual Japanese phrases that I want to teach y'all. And let's put on some music, cause why isn't there music playing? My first piece of good news. We were actually supposed to read this 2 days ago because 2 days ago was August 18th, which was the 36-year anniversary of the most iconic house song to ever be created. Who knows what song I'm talking about? I might even send you $1 if you know. What up, OMG? Chart Best 16. Happy, I already know you ready with the playlist. Let me turn on. Actually, the lighting ain't bad, right? I'm gonna go turn on some music. Give me a second. Stay right there. Yeah. I'm bugging. The music was lit last time. And I told myself I was gonna have it playing this time, but I just got sidetracked because, like I said, I was scrambling to start this at 7. What y'all think? We doing house music again tonight? What y'all think? Unseen, what's going on with your messages? You alright over there? Samantha says I have 4 kids, 1-year-old twins. Oh wow, a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old. Curriculum night was for my 6-year-old. Was pregnant at the same time as V for both her pregnancies. Oh wow, we connected, girl. Bringing these beings through the portal around the same time. The world is so much better for it. Trust and believe. Chat, enter in your genre of choice. We probably gonna go with house music because, matter of fact, we are gonna go. House music is gonna be the first genre that we visit, if not the only genre, because the first piece of good news was 36 years ago, 2 days ago, the most iconic house song ever came out, and I want to talk about the backstory of that song. Does anybody know? I'm about to tell you in like 30 seconds if you don't know. Why is my battery? Oh, I gotta turn the lights on, fam. Because my battery was dying. Alright. So, 36 years ago, a couple days ago, this song was released. And it's still one of the best songs to ever be created to this day. Whoa, what's going on here? Don't tell me they don't have it. Nah, that can't be real. That can't be real. Come on, Tidal, don't do this to me. All right, y'all ready? Oh, because it's right. Oh yeah, I didn't mean to sidestep what you were saying, Samantha, but yeah, that's dope. And also, shout out to you for bringing 2 babies in the world at the same time. Just bringing one through that portal is the wildest thing I've ever seen with my eyes, been in a room with. But for 2 at the same time, that's what's up. Shout out to your baby daddy or your husband. Oh, happy feet already with the music. Clean, what's up? Oh, Tiffany, you about to drop it on us? I'm seeing you is follow me a song. Alright, house music seems to be the vibe. Tiffany said I had a relationship with a coworker that ended like 2.5 weeks ago. Okay, I've been following this. I know what this is about, I think. He cut me off cold like nothing. Tell me how he and the woman that hooked us up are now rubbing up. Damn, that's wild. Where do we even begin with that? First of all, homie's a sleaze bag. I'm happy that y'all did break up. You know what I mean? You don't need that. Obviously, he's a sleaze bag. I want to say that's kind of a common thing. So don't, as far as like a girl hooking you up with another dude and then afterwards. I mean, I can't even say that's common. I've heard of that a couple of times though, where like my cousin was just telling me this story the other day how a girlfriend of hers hooked her up with another dude and they were seeing each other for a while, but now, they broke up. She really liked the guy. They broke up. And then a couple months after that, he started seeing a girl that hooked them up, and now they're married, like all these years later. And I don't know what type of weird ass behavior that is, but it's definitely weird. I'm sorry you had to go through that and experience that. I'm sorry you feel like every time you clock in, you might have to see some dumb shit like that. Like I wish they would save the PDA for outside of the workplace. But hold your head high, girl. Like, fuck them. Hold your head high. You know, you already know. Mamacita, mama chula. Come on. Come on. Don't stress that. They obviously some bird bitches. Fuck them. Fuck them, girl. Fuck them. But yeah, that sucks, girl. Don't let it fuck up your bag, though, at the same time. Like, if you actually like your job, don't let it fuck up your bag. But my heart hurts for you, though, because if you really like Tony, I'm sure that's probably what's fucking you up even more. But this is what we gonna do for you, T Money. Alright, this is what we gonna do. Cause I know you like music. And I've been teasing y'all with what was the most iconic house music song that came out 36 years ago. Let's see how many people know. You should already know. Because regardless of the birdhead bitches and niggas at our workplaces, we gonna continue up the jam. Shout out to your kid K. Before I keep that song playing, I want to tell y'all the backstory of the song because it's really interesting and I had no idea. Your kid K is Congolese and German, and she started out in this it was a dance group called Technotronic. And when the song came out, they dead ass cut her out of the video. They used her vocals. She wrote the song. She didn't produce it, but she wrote the song. And when they did the video, they hired a model to take her place. Now, your kid K, to me, she's cute. She's mad cute, but she likes to dress like a dude. So I guess they saw that, and she wasn't willing to like not do that. So they didn't want her in the video, and they did it without her consent. Like they didn't even tell her. So music is interesting in that way. But shout out to her because she did actually sue the record label. She got her money, and everybody knows that this is her song nowadays. Let's keep it going. Katarina. Yeah. Jada, what's up? Thank you for talking to my girl T Money. She needs some uplifting encouragement. She's a brilliant, smart individual. Always looking out. Very much on the upward spiral. But as you know, when we going up, the world try to do some fuck shit and some weird shit and try to make us not feel comfortable wherever we at, whether it be in our skin, whether it be in our environment, whatever. And so she's going through something right now. Definitely, everybody sending her some good vibes. Yeah, but Jada said never do relationships with coworkers. I mean, yeah, I agree mostly with that. Have I ever had a relationship with a coworker? Yeah, I have. Matter of fact, at that pizza restaurant I'll be telling y'all about that I worked at for a long time, I dated a girl who was a waitress in there. And what happened? I think she was seeing a couple people, and when I figured that out, I fell back. When she figured out that I figured that out, she fell back, and we had to see each other, so it was weird. But I was a grown ass man about it. Plus, at this time, I already knew full well that I was polyamorous, so I was just it was one of my first experiences, teaching myself how to not be jealous or witnessing jealousy within myself, and just like holding that, knowing that jealousy is basically it's a hurt of our inner child, and our inner child doesn't feel protected. So we got to have conversations with our inner child, and whether you do that through meditation, journaling, mirror work. T Money, I think you got a strong TikTok game. You know what I'm saying? You seem confident to me, so keep that going. Oh, okay. I see what you were trying to say. You said yes, it's a song, house music. And my answer to your question until lots of lots. I don't think it's the answer anymore. Yeah. So follow me wasn't the song, but I'm gonna write that down and we're gonna see what's up with that. Matter of fact, this song is gonna finish in a hot second. Oh no, this song is dumb long. 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Look, even on a cover of the song, that is not your Kid K right there. So weird, but it is what it is. The Far Side Passing Me By is one of the dopest songs ever to exist as well. Yes, Vibrant Liz, you say that. Don't let them see you sweat, Tiff. He did you a favor, for real. You're being protected. You will find a way better. Hurts now, but fuck them, right? Sometimes you gotta make space for the newness that's coming. Oh damn, that's a whole nother level. Tiff said I'm more hurt by the woman that hooked us up because she was the one that Tiff went to go cry first to about it. I bet y'all ain't friends. I mean, I could assume that y'all not friends no more. Like, I wonder what she says. Like, what's her... What is there? There's nothing that she could say besides some evil shit. Like, well, or whatever. Like, that's mad weird. But you know what, Tiff, though? I don't know if this is the same person that you was telling me, but you was trying... I remember you saying something like, homie was just trying to get some papers because he's an immigrant or whatever. Now he just trying to get some papers off of her, and she falling for the opie dope. Alright, let's find Follow Me that Unseen talks about. You know the group or the band that came out with the song? Oh, it's Alias. Oh, okay, yeah. We played this on the last live, and we're gonna play it again. Cause it's a banger. It is also one of the most iconic house songs to ever exist. Yeah, Tiff, you could do so much better. But you know what? At the same time, when we date, we often date people who are in close proximity to us. Because if you don't do that, then you on the apps, and I don't do the apps. I did the apps when I first was single, after my 4.5 year relationship at that point, and the apps did not make me feel good about myself. So if you're on the apps, I hope the best for you, but I would not suggest it. Maybe for women it's popping, but for dudes it's not lit. I'd much rather go out into the real world and spit G to the face. I don't really do the buy the drink thing. I don't do none of that, but I'll definitely pull up on the shorty real quick and my thing is, can I meet you? That's my thing. You don't go shit out with nobody. I don't want to get it popular out there, but that's my thing is, can I meet you? You gonna hurt my feelings? That's how I start. And I got like a 90% success rate with that. But also, I'm not the type to I don't approach women like that. Like the signal for me to approach a girl is like a woman, pause, because I'm 39 now. Is eye contact. I have to catch eye contact, and it has to be longer than like 3 seconds. If I can keep a woman or a woman's eye contact for more than 3 seconds, that's definitely a message. Because most women will not keep eye contact with random men for longer than a second or two, unless you got like something on your face or something like that. Then maybe that's how it worked out for you. Clean, I admit that is good advice. Learn the art of being grateful. What's not for you is gone. But it also doesn't usually help people. They're like, yo, just be grateful. Like, that usually doesn't go a long way when people are hurting and when people are sad. Because I'm sure Tiff has no problem being grateful. She just need encouragement right now. We gotta tell her that she got it. We gotta tell her that she's a baddie. You know, I'm sure none of y'all know what I'm probably the only person in here who knows what she look like. But you're not a bad looking woman, Tiff. So don't even sweat it. I'm sure homie was way beneath you anyway. One saying that I always live by is never settle. Never settle. Because the moment you settle is the moment you get less than what you settle for. And that's 100% true with everything that I've ever settled for. So don't fucking settle. You should, when you get with somebody, you should feel like they out of your league. Like you punching up. Like that's how it should feel for you. Find that, Tiff. Alright? Don't settle for these bum-wit ass niggas. And when you're shorty, and whenever anybody in the chat, if somebody is putting you on to somebody else, you ask them, why are you putting me on to this person? Do you like them? Facts. Let me know right now. Like, what I don't even understand. Like, to go back to that, like, how? Like, for me, if I was to put myself in the shoes of this woman, once y'all was done, once y'all broke off y'all relationship, like, I'm not gonna be mean to the dude, but I'm also definitely not even entertaining any type of flirtatious behavior whatsoever. How they got to where they at now is weird. Both of them is some weirdos. Steer clear, girl. Steer clear. Mrs. Clayton, you figured it out. It was Pump Up the Jam. You already know. Sibs Lawrence says, choo. Alright, Happy, you got the ox. Happy, you got the ox. What's the next song? Give me something fresh. What made you realize you were polyamorous and when? Good question, Jada. How deep and how far do I go back? All right, so I'll tell you the first time I realized it. When I was in high school, I started dating Delilah. Such a big ass chapter in my life. It would take me hours, dozens of hours to explain the course of the things that happened over the course of this relationship. Well, basically that was my first 5-year relationship. We almost made it to 5. Like we were off and on, but high school shit, teenage love, whatever. But the most succinct way to explain it to you is, at a certain point in our relationship, Delilah moved in with me. And everything was all cool and everything. But there was something that, I kept feeling every time that I went out. Every time I went out, in the world, for anything, I would always, be looking. You know what I mean? Looking and entertaining. And I wasn't a cheater. That's not what I do. But I guess one could argue that even looking is cheating, right? So I was a scientist way back then, and I started to ask myself, what is this within me that I don't feel like I can settle with Delilah, or I don't feel like Delilah is the one, and it's over. Like I'm never going to experience another woman besides Delilah. And so yeah, I decided to figure out what that was. I did a lot of introspection, and I realized when looking back that I had always been, since middle school even, Bam. So we could take it back to like Jackie in the sixth grade. Crystal in, oh man, I don't even know. It's like, it's so, the story does this in my brain. But all of that to say, I just realized that I have the capacity, personally, not everybody can do this. I have the capacity to love more than one person at the same time, romantically. Also, what I've learned later on in my life is that I may have something called a mother wound, because my mom passed when I was 3. So what the mother wound entails is me always just wanting to be around women, or like the nurturing energy, that I should say, that women have. Like, I can't get enough of it. So when I started to realize that, I was like, yo, I want to see what that's like. I want to see, number one, well, also Delilah and I had to go through some really shitty ass times. Like, when we broke up at 4.5 years, she started dating a homie of mine, and they was dating before. They was dating like in middle school. I found her in high school, but they dated, I guess you could say, in middle school. So it wasn't so surprising, but it made me realize that most people in monogamous relationships are fooling themselves. They're telling themselves that they're monogamous because they just don't know no better. Oh my God. Let me send him a text. Alright, we good. My bad. I had to send my dad a text because he wants to go out to eat with me, so he's about to come scoop me. I just had to tell him, come through. Like, stop calling. Just come through and I will come out. So let me finish this up. And we didn't get to none of the Japanese tonight. We barely got through any of the good news besides the pump it up. But to finish up my polyamorous thing, I started to realize that most people are fooling themselves when they tell themselves that they're monogamous. Because to be true blue monogamy, if you look up like what it actually is, if you're really monogamous within your soul, the very first person that you made love to, that's the only person for you. That is monogamy. I can say with clarity that most of us are not like that. We're monogamous. We're serially practicing monogamy with people one at a time, or polyamory. We're serial polyamorous, practicing at one person at a time. So if you cut out that misconception that we have, that we often carry, and we should talk about this in depth way more, but succinctly, is I just was honest with myself. I was like, I know I can date more than one person. I know that I can love more than one woman, and that's the way I'm gonna choose to do it. Like, regardless of how jealous I get, but I just need to be honest from the very beginning. Like, I know that, like, with my ex per se, on our very first date, I brought it up to her. I was like, I know that you've been with other men besides me, so that means that you find more men besides me attractive. So that means you're going to continue to find more men attractive, and you're going to have thoughts in your head. And not to say that you necessarily have to act on them, but I don't want you to feel guilty because you have these thoughts, or you had that look. Matter of fact, share it with me. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about why you like this other dude, or like why he's appealing to you. And then I want to feel comfortable sharing that with you. And that's how I discovered how I was polyamorous. It started when I was 18. Like, that's when I first figured out the vocabulary of a polyamorous person and what polyamory was. And the difference between polyamory and polygamy is two very different things. So a lot of people get it misconstrued. Also, monogamy has a lot of colonizing colonistic mental construction. It's a colonizer mentality. It's when people wanted to have possessions, or like instead of saying I love you and you love me and let's go be a happy family. It was more like, no, you belong to me. And you can't do nothing that I tell you. You can't do anything that I tell you not to do. And I don't disagree. I don't agree with that at all. I'm full sovereignty, full autonomy. Be you. Be your being. So I hope that answers your question, Jada Divine. We could talk about it much more, but that's what I got for you right now. Jay in Disarray says, say more about jealousy, being hurt of our inner child. I'm curious. Yeah, I mean, think about the first time you ever felt jealousy in your life. It was probably because your friends had a new toy, or they were out playing when you were grounded and you were outside, or like that's when we discover jealousy when we're children. So that's every time you feel jealousy, well, even as an adult, it's like that. Let's say the first time you really experienced jealousy was when you were 3 years old. Every time you experience jealousy for the rest of your life, that's 3-year-old you coming to the surface. Oh yeah, I'm poly for life. I'm poly for life. I fully accepted that I might, I might die like alone because of that, but I'm okay with that. Yes, that's Nina Simone right there. You already know, and I got my boy. Oh shit! Can I do this? I got the Bowie over there, or Bowie, however you pronounce it. Bowie. David. Two of my greatest influences right there. Nina Simone, her voice is iconic. One of the most iconic voices and lyricists ever. So that's why they up there. Thank you for coming through again, Katarina. I didn't say hello to you before. Mrs. Clayton says, you may have liked the guy, but Source has so much more abundance for you. He was not your energetic match. Every relationship is a lesson learned for healing. Facts. Mrs. Clayton, yo, I'm telling you, Mrs. Clayton come through with the gems. Always Joy said facts, just like I said it. Unseen said, I sure appreciate you. Vibrant says, I can't do apps. Okay, so I'm way back in the thing, in the chat. I'm hoping he would be in a bookstore or a coffee shop. Right, that's where, if I was to ever approach a woman, it would be in a bookstore, coffee shop situation. That's really the only place, the safe spaces I feel like. Maybe a grocery store. Like if I'm in a grocery store and you catch my eye and I see you looking at me, I'm definitely gently bumping your shopping cart with my shopping cart. Another thing that I always do too is if I have to see you more than once. To me, that's the universe telling me like this person is for you. I've done that so many times and it worked out well in my favor. Robbie says, I heard nothing but bad things from them apps. Yeah, man, them apps is a little weird. And if I feel like it's people trying to get rich also, because when I was on Hinge a few years ago and I tried it out, I noticed that I couldn't get no traction unless I paid like 20, and I never paid. But I felt like the only way I was ever gonna get traction is if I paid for the shit. And then things would start popping off for me. But I was like, I'm not about to pay this app $20 a month or whatever the fuck it was, just to be, you know what I mean? Like, nah. I'd much rather go out into the real world. I feel like I'm cuter in real life than I am on a phone screen anyway. Like yesterday at the job, I got a couple ladies threw it at me. And I was like, I'm alright for now. I'm not trying to date right now. It's not my thing. When I get a whip, when I get an apartment, you know what I mean? I'll start dating. But right now is not the time. I got much bigger things that I gotta focus on. Vibrant Liz says, I recently got my heart hurt. I thought I was special to find out on social media he compliments women the same. So now he doesn't have access to my energy. Friend zone. Bang. It's really that simple. Sorry that you had to find out like that. And so to circle back to polyamory, if homie was upfront and transparent, that's the word. If he was transparent, if he was not trying to bull, and so that's another thing. Like, you save yourself from so much bullshit by being upfront and telling people, yo, I'm polyamorous. I felt like you could have saved your time. Because if he would have told you that from the jump, you would have been like, oh, okay, so we not a match. But dudes know that if they lead with that, most likely, most of the time, the woman is not going to feel it. She's not going to appreciate that. She's not going to, that's not what she wants. So she's going to let you go. And I'm okay with that. Like, that's another reason why I thought, you know what I mean? And also, it could go the other way. Shorty could tell you that she's all for it. She's even that way herself. She's polyamorous, right? Years down the line, shit might change around. Tough says, yeah, I'm feeling I'm learning many lessons. Self-love and finding my purpose are the main ones. But I'm an out of sight, out of mind type of person. Hence the wanting to quit. I feel you. I feel you on that. Yeah. I just don't want you to fuck up your bag. You live in New York, so you gotta have a couple of bags in your hand. So I hear you, girl. But I know you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna do what's best. You know why? Because God got you. Everybody in this chat, everybody in the world, God got is holding them in the palm. So you're gonna be all right, fam. It's gonna be tough for a little while, but the hurt that you feel, you can alchemize it. You can transmute it into something that serves you. And I trust and believe that you have the capacity to do that. All right, Happy Feet. I'm sorry I ain't get to your song, but let's jump to it. What we got? I Ain't Stressing Today by Dear Silas is a good vibe jam. All right, let's do that. And we dedicating for the first joint we played was Pump Up the Jam. It didn't really match with the dedication for Tiff, but this one sounds like it's gonna be a good match for you, Tiff. I ain't stressing today. My dad just texted me and asked me if I want him to come get me or just bring me food. What time is it? 8:13. Ah. Hold on, let me pause y'all real quick and text my dad back if I can. Oh, I can do both at the same time. Okay. Alright, boom. Alright, so we have longer to do the... We have longer to be on the live. Alright, now how do I get the screen to stop splitting? Come on, son. Here we go. Oh, what happened, fam? The chat completely disappeared. It says that I'm still live. I don't know what's going on. See what happens when I get text during the live, messes the whole shit up. It's still going too. Trash. Alright, man. I don't know what happened to the live, fam. Like, I see that it's still going, but the chat completely disappeared. But I ain't stressing today. I'm stressing right now. Today hasn't been stressful, though. I don't know why I feel like it's... Alright, let me do this. I can't even close the app now. Wow, son. I guess I'm gonna just end it because the chat is gone. And I just told my dad to not come get me. Maybe I'll restart it. How about that? Let's do that. I'll restart it. Let me just close this out. Choo. Oh, nah, I don't like Londrell's voice, fam. I like Londrella as an artist, but I do not like his voice. I think he makes. Yep. All right. I'll be back.